Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures D-Day 0530 hours, turn 11. We have night fighting for the last turn. 6-inch visibility, except wherever Sergeant Logan, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader of the 1058th Grenadiers, is manning his spotlight and currently is on ambush and lighting up the large circle area. 24-inch range for that spotlight. Advance only, no running until the sun rises. Next turn, 0600 hours, turn 12. The green fields are flooded and the brown fields are dry. The hedgerows block line of sight unless the unit is positioned in the hedgerow. Units in the hedgerow have a 4-inch visibility when looking through hedgerow at enemy who is also in the hedgerow. Current positions and situation on the battlefield. The Germans hold all objectives. First section of the 1058 hold this bridge. Also, it's been rigged with explosives. And first section leader, Sergeant Michael, he has the detonator. 6th Fallschirmjäger hold the river lock there. They have the river lock open, and it is currently flooding the green fields, which is why they are flooded. 6th Fallschirmjäger is also holding both bridges, the objectives into Carentan. Second section, 6th Fallschirmjäger holds the bridge to the left. First section of the 6th Fallschirmjäger holds the bridge to the right. Also, all of Carentan in the distance is under 6th Fallschirmjäger control. The 1058th Grenadier Platoon headquarters is here in this building, and here in this field we have, in the hedgerow, we have platoon leader 1st Lieutenant Corey. He's leading this left flank of the 506th. Starting on ambush this turn, we have 1st Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Stephen. Also, the 1st Squad LMG team will start on ambush. This is a medium machine gun, second team there. What else do we have here? We have a 2-man rifle team from 1st Squad in position, ready to move forward through the hedgerow. We have Sergeant Jory, the sniper, is going to start on ambush. Right in front of him is 2nd Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Adam, and also another 2nd Squad soldier with SMG positioned in the hedgerow next to them. Sergeant Travis is M8 scout car, finally all free of all the pins. Another MMG team here. This is the first MMG team moving forward in the hedgerow. This 1st Squad spent the beginning of this battle building this barricade in front of them, which is now 3 poles and a hard cover. 57mm AT gun. Moving forward slowly. Sun rises next turn. No more hiding in the dark. Medium mortar positioned here in the field. Light mortar. Here we have 4th Squad Leader, which is the Heavy Weapons Sergeant, and he's going to start on ambush. There's a 2-man rifle team next to him in the hedgerow from 2nd Squad, who has a BAR, and And then moving up here, there's a LMG team from 2nd Squad. And positioned on the other side of this, well, actually, he moved forward and picked up the grenades from the wounded and dead German from 3rd Section at 1058. That's Sergeant Caleb, and he'll start on ambush there. Here we have in the front, that's 3rd Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Brandon. He's going to start on ambush. Right behind him is the medic for the 506th, and then behind the medic is the 2nd Bazooka team. They're working on getting a shot off on that Puma, 1st Lieutenant Eulander's Puma. Right here, starting on ambush, is Colonel Sink, commander of the 506th. M5 3-inch AT gun in a good position behind the barricade that was built by platoon commander Captain Carey, and mostly men from 2nd Squad, 1/3 Squad soldier. 2nd Squad leader Sergeant Braden moving forward with the 2nd Squad LMG team. Just on the other side of the hedgerow, we have a 2-man rifle team from 2nd Squad. 3rd Squad soldier with BAR in the road. Just picked up a grenade from the dead German last turn. Here we have a 2nd Squad soldier with SMG moving forward, and a flamethrower team in the hedgerow. And right here we have Platoon Sergeant David in the hedgerow, and over here 3rd Squad leader Sergeant Jake McNeese. The previous turn, 0500 hours, turn 10, the 506 3rd Squad made a push forward and had 3 men KIA, 2 there in the garden killed by 1st Lieutenant Eulander's Puma, and then these 2 soldiers from 2nd Section 1058 with assault rifles. They killed another man from 3rd Squad and wounded Private Corey, who's bleeding out at the end of this turn. So with those casualties, the 506th are now 14 KIA, and 7 of those KIA are from 3rd Squad. Yeah, the man here was killed early in the battle. So yeah, it'd be 1, 2, 4, and then 5, 6, 7 KIA from 3rd Squad plus 1 wounded. And then over here we have 7 KIA from 1st Squad of the 506th. So including the 1st Squad leader. So it's rough. And the Germans, the 1058 Grenadiers, they've only lost 1 man KIA over here, which was 1st Section Assistant Leader Sergeant Nicholas. Besides that, that's the only casualty for the Germans on their right flank. Over here, the 1058 has had an additional 8 men KIA, mostly from 2nd Section. And then the 100th Panzer Regiment, it was 3 KIA from Sergeant Ronald's half-track. But since then, 1 man from 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1st Section, has jumped in the back of the half-track, and he's now joined Sergeant Ronald's half-track as the AT gunner. So in total, the Germans are at 12 KIA, 1 wounded who bleeds out, 3rd Section soldier who bleeds out, turn 13, and then the U.S. forces, 14 KIA, 1 wounded. Bloody battle, and the sun hasn't even risen yet. And now I think we'll go and check out the Germans' situation. Facing off against the 506, mostly 1st Squad, is the 1st Section of the 1058th LMG team. Far right, flamethrower team will start on ambush. Here we have a 2-man assault rifle team with Panzerfaust from 1st Section starting on ambush. Leading this right flank for the Germans is the platoon sergeant Robert, 1058th. Sergeant Gerald, half track, will start on ambush. Here in the corner of the hedgerow we have the other 1st Section LMG team, and also 1st Section leader Sergeant Michael with the detonator for the bridge rigged with explosives. Here we have the 1058 3rd Section leader Sergeant Martin with 1 rifleman with him. They'll start on ambush. A tense situation developing here in the center. Already mentioned Sergeant Logan, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader, starting on ambush with his spotlight. Just heading out of the compound is 6th Fallschirmjäger Forward Observer team, 3 men. And right behind them is the 6th Fallschirmjäger Platoon Leader, 1st Lieutenant Reese. Also starting on ambush will be the sniper for the 1058 far left window. And here in the center is 1058 Platoon Commander, 1st Lieutenant Kreutner, and his radio operator. Over on the Germans' left flank, we have Sergeant Ronald's half-track, 1st Lieutenant Eulander's Puma. Over in the garden, we have the LMG gunner from 2nd Section. Also the 2-man assault rifle team from 2nd Section. And in the hedgerow here on ambush, we have the other LMG gunner from 2nd Section. Both gunners are on their own. Their loaders have been killed already. Just moved into position here, 0500 hours, previous turn. We have 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1st Section LMG team, positioned in the corner. And then we have is Sergeant Jarl, 1st Section Assistant Leader. And then the 1st Section 6th Fallschirmjäger two-man assault rifle team has split up. 1 man, like I said, joined Sergeant Ronald's half-track as the gunner. The other man's going to run solo there. Moving up from the 6th Fallschirmjäger here, we have 2nd Section Assistant Leader Sergeant Hauser moving forward with 2 men from 2nd Section with assault rifles and Panzerfaust. They're going to just head forward. They're going to probably meet up with their platoon leader and the 4 observer team coming out of the 1058's compound headquarters. Maybe they'll head over and support the 1st Section of the 1058, although they've got a strong position. Only 1 KIA, and they've killed 7 of the 1st squad of the 506th. Over here we have 2-man assault rifle team from 2nd Section, 6th Fallschirmjäger holding the river lock. And in the 2 hardcover positions here we have 2 LMG teams from 2nd Section, 6th Fallschirmjäger. Also Sergeant Hans, 2nd Section leader, just exiting the bridge. 6th Fallschirmjäger's medic, and also the platoon Sergeant Fritz. 3rd Section of the 6th Fallschirmjäger moving through the ruins of Carentan. Looks like they're going to be reinforcing the 2 bridges. Need to keep those bridges open to allow the Germans reinforcements to be able to cross those bridges. We've got a forward observer, radio operator from the 6th Fallschirmjäger. He's playing catch-up, I forgot to move him earlier with Fritz, so he's got to catch up. And then also the medium mortar positioned here for 6th Fallschirmjäger, and also their medium machine gun 2nd floor of this building. Get some Panzerschreck moving forward for the 6th Fallschirmjäger. The commander of the 6th Fallschirmjäger, Major von der Heid, still positioned here in the chapel. That pretty much is where we're at. This is the 0530 hours, turn 11. This will be the last turn of darkness. Sun rises, turn 12, 0600 hours. Here's the flamethrower team, 6 Fallschirmjäger moving forward. Here we have 2-man assault rifle team from 1st section, 6 Fallschirmjäger holding this position. We have Sergeant Carl, 1st section leader, positioned here, and then the 1st section LMG team positioned here in this hard cover. The other, as I mentioned, the other half of the 1st section, 6 Fallschirmjägers positioned between Ronald's half track and here in this hard cover position. So the U.S. forces will start with 7 units on ambush. Sergeant Brandon, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader. Colonel Sink, Commander, 506th. Sniper, Sergeant Caleb, on ambush. 4th Squad Leader, Sergeant Matt, on ambush. Sergeant Jory, Sniper, on ambush. Over here, 1st Squad LMG team on ambush. 1st Squad Assistant Leader, Sergeant Steven, on ambush. So that makes 7 U.S. units starting on ambush for the Germans. 1st section, 2-man assault rifle team start on ambush. The flamethrower team will start on ambush. Sergeant Gerald's half-track will start on ambush. 3rd section assistant leader Sergeant Logan with the spotlight will start on ambush. 1058 sniper, 2nd floor, far right window, on ambush. And 2nd section LMG gunner in the corner here on ambush. And 3rd section leader Sergeant Martin and 1 man will also be on ambush. So actually, each U.S. and German will both start with 7 units on ambush. Critical turn. This is it. 0530 hours. Next turn, the sun will rise. Also next turn, the 0600 hours, the U.S. forces will begin assaulting Omaha Beach, and the Germans will be defending. More information on this coming up pretty soon. Alright, let's get started. Besides the 7 units on ambush for each army, we'll have 26 U.S. order dice going in the bag and 39 order dice going in the bag for the Germans. 0530 hours. First dice, U.S. I failed to mention that Major von der Heit, commander of the 6th Fallschirmjäger, each turn has been springing an ambush, having his radio operator call in to 91st Infantry Division headquarters asking for reinforcements. And so he's built up to a 33 on his reinforcement command roll. Originally, I planned on him only needing to reach a 36 to release a platoon from the 12th SS Panzer Regiment and a platoon from the 25th SS Panzer Grenadiers, both of those from the 12th SS Panzer Division. But I'm going to think about that this turn before we do that, because the U.S. forces are already in a hell of a battle as it is, and they'll have to wait for their reinforcements to take the beach, and then also to move up this highway. And once they get to that point, it'll be probably take 2 to 4 turns for the reinforcements from the U.S. to reach this point in the battlefield, to be able to pull on to either enter from this road or this road. So we're probably this is going to take 12 turns for the U.S. forces at least to take this to wipe out the Germans that are going to be defending here. So by then it'll be turn 24. And by then that armored platoon and another platoon of infantry will be on top of plus all they're already dealing with. So I would think about it for this turn. Anyways, before this first U.S. dice, I'm gonna look at these, see if anybody's gonna spring an ambush. All right, before that first U.S. dice, we're gonna have a ambush roll off between First Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Stephen. He's gonna want to activate the platoon leader, First Lieutenant Corey, and he's gonna need to radio over to the medium mortar, so that he's going to be hitting on a 5 this time. We want to try to pin down the 1058 flamethrower team that is positioned in the center of this hedgerow. And they are on ambush too, the flamethrower team. Alright, hey, let me think about that. Actually, no, they're not hitting the center. They are, their shot will be hitting the end here under the big tree, under this tree, the first section on G team. So that's why Sergeant Gerald wants to roll off for this ambush too, so he can order Platoon Sergeant Robert, and hopefully Platoon Sergeant Robert is close enough to order these men to fall back. So that way they will not be getting hit on a 5. We do not want to lose them. And so that's why they want to roll off. So Sergeant Gerald is going to roll off an ambush roll against Sergeant Stephen. Germans are going to be the white dice. U.S. forces win. Gonna be dropping a mortar on your heads. Get ready. Sergeant Stephen springs his ambush. He gets 1 order dice. He's gonna politely order the first lieutenant, and the first lieutenant is going to receive a fire order, and he is going to use his first dice to radio over to the medium mortar, and the mortar is going to drop a mortar round right on top of the LMG team, who will go down. Or will they miss? We're not going to go down. Let's see what happens. Going to take the chance. We are not going to go down. Yeah, not going to go down. Let's see what happens. It's a miss. Let's get that scatter dice and see where the mortar round's going to land. We're going to measure. See what it's going to hit. Going to miss. Next time they'll be getting hit on a 4, though. They'll only need a 4 next time. Platoon leader, First Lieutenant Corey's second order dice. He's going to order this 2-man rifle team from First Squad to split from a 2-man team back into basically split up into 2 single-man teams One of them is going to have to go down. That way only one of them is able to act this 0530 hours, turn 11. But the other man will be able to advance forward. But first we got to pass that orders test at a 10 and under. See if they can pull that off. They're going to pass and get rid of that pin. The man in the front, they both have rifles, so about the same. The one in the front is going to, the one in the back is going to go down. The one in the front is going to creep forward, see if he can get the two Germans with assault rifles and Panzerfaust to spring their ambush. And move this pawn forward. Maybe then we can get, maybe Sergeant Travis can wipe out these guys. That's the only AT. I guess the flamethrower could. I guess it could also do serious damage to Sergeant Travis' half-track. But this is the mission. We got to push forward, so let's see what we can do. All right, our brave soldier in the front is going to edge forward, and once he gets to 4 inches, he will be able to spot the Germans. So the Germans will either have to open fire or be fired upon. And I think we're gonna split the grenades. The man who's edging forward is gonna take 1 grenade of the 3 that these 2 men have, and the guy that's holding position and went down, he's going to keep 2 grenades. We'll see if these Germans are gonna spring the ambush or if we'll toss a grenade on their heads. All right, he's edging forward. Brave paratrooper from 1st Squad has reached 4 inches. He has spotted the Germans waiting in ambush, and the Germans obviously have spotted him. Our soldier's going to toss a grenade, but before he can, the Germans are going to spring their ambush and try to shoot this man dead. We're going to get 4 shots. They'll be hitting on 2 3s, 2s, single man 3s, soft cover 4s, 3s, 2s, single man 3s, soft cover 4. So 4 shots hitting on 4s. I thought about the Germans tossing a grenade, but these guys, they're out of grenades. They've already thrown their grenades. They tried to kill the 1st Bazooka team with a grenade, and I think that's the grenade that missed and killed 1st Squad Leader Sergeant Bryant. But anyways, let's see if these 4 shots can hit. So these assault rifles are going to need 4s to hit our hero. We got 2 hits. Germans have given away their position. They can now be fired upon. And 1st Squad hero, he's been hit twice. Let's see if he's going to survive this. He's a regular. He's going to be dying on 5 ups, wounded on 4s. He's a dead man. That's the 8th 1st Squad soldier to be KIA. But the Germans' position is known. That's not what I was shooting for. Once again, before the first dice of 0530 hours, we're going to have another ambush roll-off between Sergeant Gerald again, who wants to order Platoon Sergeant Robert, 1058, and then he will in turn order the LMG team for 1st Section to vacate their position under the big tree. That way, these mortars will be not hitting him on a 4 next turn. Also, this one can still drop a mortar round hitting on 5. So we're going to try to get those guys to back up. We don't want to lose them. And Colonel Sink is also going to roll off for this ambush. You're going to, this flank here, the 3rd and 2nd Squad, plus the flamethrower and the 2nd Bazooka team, they want to make a move on that Puma before it can get out of here. But it has recce, so we want the Puma to move first before we make our move. But they got to get this 2nd Section LMG gunner to spring his ambush there in the center. The only available units I have for that would be 3rd Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Brandon and the medic behind him. And then again, we're trying to use this bazooka team wisely. We need to take out some armor. Let's see. We really want to push it forward. Let me think about it. Yeah, they want it. They need to get to that bridge. We really need to blow up one of those bridges in Carentan so that all the German armor and infantry reinforcements will be forced to come to one bridge, which will slow them down and allow us, the U.S. forces, to arrive from after taking Omaha Beach. Okay, so the green dice will be U.S. We have an ambush roll off. Tie. Reroll. Green dice U.S. Another tie. Okay, another reroll. Germans. Okay, so they're going to be able to... So Sergeant Gerald will spring his ambush. And I think he's just going to hold his position there. So he'll get a fire order, but that's to radio. He's going to holler out of this half-track to Platoon Sergeant of the 1058, Sergeant Robert. He's going to order Sergeant Robert to... He's going to actually advance down and pick up the grenade from the dead Sergeant Nicholas. And then he's going to order the 1st section LMG team behind the tree here, far left hedgerow, to vacate their position backwards just a few inches, and that'll reset these mortars where they'll be hitting on 6s next time. They can still shoot the same spot again because that was the last known position of the flamethrower team from the 1058 that killed, I think he either killed just the one man or he killed the two. I'd have to watch the earlier battle. Anyways, Sergeant Gerald springs his ambush. He hollers out of his half-track over here to Platoon Sergeant Robert, who will receive an advance order, and he's going to hop down and pick up that grenade from the dead Sergeant Nicholas. .1058 Platoon Sergeant Robert and his man picked up another grenade from the dead, and they're also going to order the 1st section LMG team to back up and take some heat off of them for a moment. There we go. Platoon Sergeant's in a good spot with his 6-inch command area. He can reach all of this group here, plus Sergeant Gerald's half-track can reach him also. Too bad the 506 doesn't have more men here. Probably they'd have to sacrifice a couple more guys to this flamethrower on ambush, but then they could maybe take this hedgerow. Don't really have enough men here. I already just sacrificed one to expose the 2-man assault rifle team from 1st section. It's pretty much now or never the sun rises this next turn. And then it's not going to get any easier for him to break this defensive position of the 1st section of the 1058. It's pretty strong here. Now or never, maybe. Now we're dead. And now that the LMG team has moved, it's going to reset this this dice to a 6 for the mortar. There we go. They can still shoot that same spot, though, but now it'll be starting out on 6 again. Same thing will happen for this unit. They're both shooting the same spot, putting that pressure on the Germans' right flank. And finally, almost to this first dice of turn 0530 hours, turn 11. Anybody else want to spring an ambush? Alright, first dice, US. This dice is going to go to the light mortar. Still firing at 2-inch. We don't use 1-inch here at Tabletop Battle Adventures. It's unreal. It's too small. Anyways, they're going to need a 6. They're going to fire at the same spot where the LMG team just left. I'm just, with this concentration here of Germans, I'm hoping to miss, and then the scatter dice somehow make it land on the flamethrower team. Be perfect. So let's see if we can get lucky with, first of all, miss, and then the scatter dice. So we are going to be looking for a 6 to hit the spot where the LMG team just was. Yeah, it's a miss. Let's get the scatter dice, see if we can get lucky or unlucky. Off table. .1058, first section leader, Sergeant Michael, will go on ambush. Again, he has the detonator for the explosives on the bridge. And next, the first section LMG team for the .1058 will also go on ambush. So that already starting this turn, we had third section leader Sergeant Martin and his riflemen with him on ambush already. So all three of these units on ambush, plus the flamethrower unit still on ambush here, which is the only reason I haven't decided whether to push forward with the 506 for one more go at taking this hedgerow here. While the numbers are pretty even. Although with Sergeant Travis's half-track, they have the upper hand if they can survive the flamethrower. It's the only thing that can stop them. Well, the two men with Panzerfaust here also. Let's go for it. Next dice, Sergeant Travis receives an advance order. He's going to pull forward until he gets within 6 inches of the two-man assault rifle team from first section, .1058. He's got to neutralize them. They've got two Panzerfausts, and they're the only, and the flamethrower here in the middle. They are the only things really stopping me right now from collapsing this right flank of the Germans. So let's do it. And when he gets to that point, he's going to open up with his MMG. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the intro for this turn, but the green D6s represent grenades held by the units, and the brown D6s are the Germans' grenades. Alright, now on to Sergeant Travis's 5 shots. He's within 6 inches of this team. Their position is known because they, killed the first squad soldier there, leading out. So they're going to need 5 shots, 3s, movement 4s, close range 3s, hard cover 5s. Let's see if we can kill these Germans. Open the way up on this bridge. Need 5s. Oh, 5 hits. Ah, very nice. Great shooting. See, they're going to need their regular, so they'll be dying on 5-ups, wounded on 4s. They're both dead. Sacrificed that first squad soldier, but took out 2 Germans with assault rifles and Panzerfausts. Pretty good trade. Now Sergeant Travis is looking for another target with his heavy machine gun on top. Thinking about lighting up that. Oh, I can't shoot through 2 hedgerows though. So I don't know if I could. He might be able to shoot, but he would be shooting over the top of this small hedgerow here. Also the second hedgerow, and just like I wouldn't allow the spotlight to be able to light him up through the hedgerows. So I'm thinking Sergeant Travis, to use that HMG, is going to have to move up forward a little bit. Let me think about it. See if I have any other targets. for that HMG. Yeah, I don't think Sergeant Travis is going to be able to light up the spotlight on the second floor balcony. He's shooting through two hedgerows, and so yeah, I don't think he can make that shot. I can't see. I don't see any other shots that he can make. These guys already moved back, so there's no point in shooting there. They don't know the flamethrower team is there. The flamethrower team is hidden. So I would have to have already exposed their position in order to fire on the flamethrower. So let me look it over one more time. I don't think they have a shot. These targets are all hidden. You know, they've all moved and not moved since they've become hidden. And if it was 0600 hours next turn, then there'd be no more hiding for that half track there, Sergeant Gerald. But as it is, still 6-inch visibility. Flank's not looking so strong now without those two assault rifle soldiers. One LMG team, one flamethrower team, and the platoon sergeant, 1058. Well, Sergeant Gerald's half track, but the nearest reinforcements are just 6 Fallschirmjäger, 1 NCO, and 2 more troops with assault rifles. And they're still 4 or 5, 3 or 4 turns away. Alright, I've done all the contemplating I can. Sergeant Travis is not going to be able to fire that heavy machine gun. There's no targets for him at this time. Turned out to be a good gamble. Trade 1 private soldier for 2 assault rifle soldiers. Good trade. 506 might be able to, the first squad here, and some of these heavy weapons might be able to overpower this German right flank. Defensive positions here are strong too. Six Fallschirmjägers. Position's going to be a tough one to get past, to get to those 2 bridges, or at least one of them. That's going to wrap it up for part 1 of 0530 hours, turn 11. We're going to start back up in a few days with part 2, the German dice. See what they can do. See you next time.